Real Talk Radio. Real Talk Radio. Plant seed and water seed. Welcome to Real Talk Radio, the show that says just because you do not attend with Him doesn't mean that you're not in Him. The Him being Jesus, the show that plants seeds and water seeds, but God gives the increase. Let's talk about it on Real Talk Radio. This show is a continuation of the Church Folk Revolution. Enjoy the show. Welcome, one and all, to a special airing of Real Talk Radio, the show that says just because you don't attend with Him does not mean that you're not in Him. The Him being who? Jesus, the show that plants seeds and water seeds, but God gets the increase. I'm joined here today by my co-host, Brother John, and we have a special guest here. His name is comedian Jojoe, T.H.U.G, True Holiness Under God, Thug. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you
doing? All the way from the D. Came down from the D.
All the way.
Yeah, man. So today, John, what's up, man? You got something to say, John? He here, but maybe his mic on mute or something like that. Might have a loud background. But, you know, we don't have that long. We won't be before you long today. I'm pretty sure you heard that in church quite often. But we only got about 30 minutes. So, yeah, we're going to hit it and quit it. My man, Jojo, I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell you guys a little bit about himself, and then we will get into the topic. So what's up? What's up, Jojo? Thug, how do you like to be called, man?
Right, I go Jojo Thug Woodford, you know what I'm saying? The Thug stand for True Holiness Unto God. Living in Cincinnati now, but straight out of Detroit, Michigan. So you know I'm a Lions fan.
D-Town.
And a Pistons fan and a Tigers fan, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm loving it down here in Queen City. You know, a lot of beautiful things have happened for me.
Gotcha. Okay, so you are a comedian, right?
Yeah.
A Christian comedian, and that's how we met. We met doing comedy together. Now, whenever you're ready, maybe you just make your own mic live. So we met
I'm here,
doing. Okay.
I'm here, but my background is going to be pretty loud.
You're good for now. You're good now. So just mute yourself whenever you need to. Like we're like right now. But okay, so we met each other doing comedy, and I wanted to bring you on, talk to you a little bit, ask you a few questions, see how you got started in doing comedy, stand-up comedy, a little bit about your background. So how did you get started doing comedy?
Well, first of all, let's say I really don't like to call myself a Christian comedian. I'm a clean comedian. I do clean comedy.
Wait. Let's stop. That's going to be part of the show. Okay, so we'll say that for a little bit later, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I really don't like to put myself in a box like that, because like I say, I do comedy anywhere. But, I got started because I was always the class clown and being funny and different things, and I knew that I was going to have to do something that didn't involve school by the way I was doing my thing. So, and people used to always say, when you grow up, you ought to, they used to tell me, when you grow up and get out of penitentiary, you need to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So I just started.
How you got
started? Just played my hand,
Okay. Now, now how did you get into church and stuff like that? How did you get saved? What happened with that?
Well, what happened with that is that, I believe God brought me to Cincinnati to clean me up because I was here by myself. I didn't know a soul, no family, no friends, no nothing. And I believe He brought me here to speak to me, to clean me up, and to give me directions with my life. Because I'm telling you, I was that guy. Whatever you read about, whatever you seen on TV, I was that guy. And He brought me here, and that's why I say, a lot of beautiful, great things have happened for me in Cincinnati. I got saved. I got baptized. I was living in Cincinnati when I got married. My wife is not from Cincinnati, but we got married. We was living here. So, a lot of beautiful things have happened for me since I've been in Cincinnati, but I love my D. D, what's up?
Right, I feel you. Okay, so let's talk. Now, you said something which really goes into the topic of the show. We're really talking about Christian. You said Christian comic, or the show was really about a Christian entertainer, or are you an entertainer that's a Christian? And the question is there a difference? Are they the same thing? So we want to talk about that. And you said you don't want to be put in a box. Explain that a little bit.
Well, I don't like to call myself because I think that, a lot of Christians would not go in a club and do comedy, or would not go in, different places and do comedy where they may be using foul language or whatever. I don't use foul language in my comedy. I don't use foul language in everyday life. And I don't want to put myself in a box and say I'm a Christian, to where I just do church events. I go to comedy clubs. We book shows in clubs, lounges, or whatever. We don't drink. We don't use foul language or nothing, but people having a good time and laughing, and they're not worrying about how many cuss words you're using or didn't use.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is
no, go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What I'm saying is that, I don't want to put myself in a box like that and say, okay, I'm a Christian comedian, because I really don't know what that is. I just know I'm a man of God. I'm saved. I've been born again, and I'm a comedian. Going to see or hear in other comedies and vice versa. I don't knock nobody for what they do, and I laugh at it all. I laugh at it all. And I sit in comedy clubs waiting for my set to come up, and I'm laughing, and I'm having a nice time. I get up there and I do a clean set, and
right.
That's that.
Right. And you know what I noticed from doing it, because I'm with you, I do clean comedy as well. Now I do cuss in my everyday life from time to time, but I do clean. But what I realize is most people, I'm gonna say 99% of the people, don't even realize that you haven't cussed, especially if your material is good. They ain't even paying no attention to whether you cuss or not. Unless you come up either before or right after some dude, and every joke he got is about sex and what he did with his girl, and going with his penis and all this stuff. You got those comments, and like you said, I ain't knocking them, but for me, for you, I don't feel like I have to put that in my language, because I always say I want my kids to be able to watch my stand-up comedy. I want my mama.
Like I tell people, exactly. I tell
people
all the time.
Other people, but for me, that's what I like. So
exactly, and I tell people all the time, I can go from the pulpit to the club with the same material, and be all right, and make it. And be all right. Exactly, and I can. And people, a person asked me one time, and I thought this was the funniest thing. First of all, I was kind of offended, but I thought it was the funniest thing. The person asked me, female, when you go into these places, and before she even finished, because I knew she was going to ask me, now, am I different when I go from a church to when I go to, no, I just told you that I'm a man of God. I'm saved. So wherever I go, I'm the same person. I'm not saved because I did a show in the church, and then I'm not saved now because I did it in the comedy club. And like I asked them, when you go in your favorite restaurant that sell drinks, do you buy a drink even though you don't drink? You understand what I'm saying?
Right, I feel you.
And so that's what, I don't like when I get, and I used to be, a friend of mine told me that you don't have to explain or justify where you do shows at, because I used to be kind of ashamed to say where I went and did a show at. I used to be kind of ashamed of that, but I'm not now. I'm not because I know who I am in Christ.
So, what do you believe the difference is between a Christian entertainer and an entertainer that's a Christian? What, in your words, what do you believe? Then I'll tell you what I believe the difference is.
Well, what I think the difference is that you could say some pastors are, because they're coming to quote. They quote not the Bible. My whole set is not Bible quotes. I'm not a big Bible quote person anyway. My set is not Bible. My set is my upbringing, where I'm from, and how I came up, and it might not be. It might. Some church people may kind of frown on some of the things that I say. Even though it's clean, but it's testimony. And I think a person they call they won't go in the comedy club. They won't go in the comedy club. They won't go in the lounge and do a show. But like, you know, if you read your book and study your word, you'll see who Jesus hung around. People need to hear that. You know, people need to hear the fact that it's a clean person out here that's making people laugh. And I'm that guy.
I got you. Okay. Now for me, I think the difference is a Christian entertainer is someone who primarily does Christian entertainment. So they'll go only, like you said, only to church events whatsoever. It may not even be church events, but church related and spiritual related events. So they'll go to a conference and do things at conferences here, and that's all they do. And they usually only do church type material. You know, funny things that happen in the church.
Right.
And there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that
at all.
But on the flip side, you have an entertainer that's a Christian, like we are. And there's a lot of other people, like, I don't know if you know who Kev on Stage is. He's out there, that guy. And he says, you know, he's not a exact same words. He's not a Christian comic. He's a comic that has to be Christian. Lecrae, people jump on him. Same thing. When he said that, people said he sell out and all that. But what you really don't understand is, okay, do plumbers go around saying I'm a Christian plumber?
Right.
Or do dentists go around, I'm a Christian dentist? No, I'm a dentist, but I'm also a Christian. I'm a comic,
and you're not going to, and if I'm not a Christian, you're not going to fix my teeth? You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Because I'm not a Christian, you're not going to fix my teeth. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I've done hundreds of shows in front of people that probably, I go to church, but tonight I'm having a drink. And we'll cuss you out. I've done a lot of shows with people like that. You know what I'm saying?
John,
and that's okay.
You talking about John?
I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put myself in the box.
Exactly. And I think that's a difference. I think people have to come to that understanding. So, and with that, have you been turned down, or have you had gigs taken away from you or not given to you because you go to different spots, you know, because you're not primarily in churches and those type of things? Have people say, I don't want you to?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know, but I'll tell you what, I know a lot of comedians that go to church events that's not clean comedians at all. The only time they clean is in church.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I know a lot of them. I'm talking about from in different states. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of them that get booked in church events.
Mm-hmm. Just because they're funny and they're not clean.
Exactly. They just clean that night.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, exactly.
God ain't through with me yet.
Exactly. I know guys in Detroit that I came up with that rock church events, that rocks them, and they're not clean comics. They just was clean that night.
Right. And do you see anything wrong with that?
No, I mean no. Exactly. That's them. You would never hear me knock nobody for what they do or how they do it. I don't see nothing the matter with that. Like I said, that's why you asked me if have I ever got not invited to a show because I go anywhere. Maybe I don't know, but that's their prerogative. That's fine.
They don't tell you.
That's fine.
Now I think it happened to me. Honestly, I think it happened. Because this lady was all gung-ho. Somebody told her about me. She called me, talked on the phone. She like, you got some, they told her about me. It sounds pretty funny. And so I sent her a couple of YouTube videos. And I said, get back with me. She said, I will check these out tonight and I will get back with you tomorrow. You know, and she did the videos, never got back with me.
Right. But listen, let me tell you.
I can't say that's why, but I assume that's why.
Well, now listen. Now on the flip side of that, I had a lady looking for a clean comic. She had got referred to me by somebody. I forget who it was. She got referred to me by someone, and then she called me, and then she looking for a clean. Yes, I'm a clean comic. That's all I do. Okay, that's all you do is clean. And then asked me, "You're not so clean to where you're boring, are you?" That's what she asked me. So I'm thinking, lady, you want a clean comic or you don't? Now, how do you know what I'm saying? What do you want a clean comic or you don't? I'm a clean. You're not too clean to where you're boring.
Wow.
What do you see? Exactly. So no, I'm not. No, I'm not that kind of clean to where I'm boring. I'm very clean.
Okay.
But I'm far from boring. I'm far from boring.
And when you say clean, you mean no profanity, basically.
None at all.
No, just no profanity.
Right. Mm-hmm. None at all.
Because you could be clean.
None at all.
You could be clean and do dirty jokes. Because I always do a lot of potty humor. I'm good at that stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends on how people. You know what I'm saying. You're gonna have a critic no matter what you do.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna please everybody.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is honestly, I got some jokes that I do that's very clean. But I would not do in the church. I just do in comedy clubs. Because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. Right, I got jokes that I won't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: do you believe that what you do is a ministry?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well. I did start off believing that. Well, now I'm to the point to where I'm doing what I love to do, whether you call it a ministry or not. I'm doing something that I love to do and something that I'm actually good at. You know, you got a lot of people that's good at cutting hair, that's good in different types of things. I'm good at comedy, and I'm pretty good at it. And
that be a ministry?
But as far as being a ministry, I don't really look at it as a ministry.
Right,
I'm sure a lot of people don't. You know what I mean?
But then you got some people.
I'm sure a lot of people don't.
Who may even take offense. What do you mean it's not your ministry? Like my thing is, I don't see nobody getting saved by me doing comedy.
Everything ain't ministry.
Or right, everything ain't ministry, basically. And you named it right. So, you know, if this was your full-time job as a comic, is this your ministry? I would definitely say no. Now, if you did something on the outside from the funds you were making and you were helping these people out, that's a separate ministry. But your comedy itself, for me, is not a ministry. That's entertainment. You're an entertainer.
Exactly.
And I don't think
I'm a man of it. Right.
Should be, yeah.
Thank you.
Singing
and that's good.
May be a different thing, but, you know, different thing. So, we only
get this.
Go ahead.
And this,
go ahead,
you know, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I think, you know, everything is not ministry. You know, I don't really call it a ministry. Comedy is something I do because I didn't start off clean. I've been doing comedy over 10 years. I didn't start off clean. I didn't start doing clean till after I got saved. You know, so I'm not going to call it a ministry, you know, and people, they do. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. I mean, everything is not a ministry. I mean, if, you know, you give somebody a pair of gym shoes, oh, that's my ministry right there. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not. That's just something you do. And that's something I do. I really don't mix the two. I don't cuss in everyday life, so I'm not going to go on stage and cuss. That's the whole difference. I don't use foul language every day in life at work, and I work in a plant. You know, I don't use foul, and I hear foul language every day, but I'm not judging nobody for how they talk or how they live their life or whatever. I live mine the way I do, and I'm not going to go on stage and be somebody that before I sell out, I gets out, and I'm not going to be somebody that I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that. You said that people. Do I think that people didn't holler at me because that I go different places? No, but I actually think people don't holler at me because I'm clean. I really believe that. Yeah, I really believe that because they don't really know how to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at some comedians, if you took out all the cuss words of their jokes, they wouldn't have no jokes.
Mm-mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If you took out all the cuss words in some of these comedians' jokes, they wouldn't even be funny at all. Period. So my hat's off. You mentioned Steve Harvey. My hat's off to him, man. He did a heck of a job. He did a banging job to do his first show clean. I seen his first clean show. He did a banging job. My hat's off to him.
Yeah, that was
everybody can't. Exactly.
Now for
but
me,
you know,
I just say I'm a comic. Now, if people ask me, am I clean? I say, yes, I'm clean. But I don't even really advertise that I'm clean. I'm a comic. Period.
Right.
And I haven't really done it in so long. So, you know, I took a little hiatus. But, you know, I do comedy. I do comedy. This is a hobby for me. It's not a job. It's not a gig for me. I'm not looking to get rich off of it. It's something I do on the side for hits and giggles.
Well,
that's it.
Yeah.
But
all my cards say comedian.
That's
right.
It.
Like right. Mm-hmm. All my cards say comedian. Jojoe Thug, Woodford, Team Thug. You know what I'm saying? My manager's name, my manager information on there, and all of that. It don't say clean or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to my baby. I mean,
let's switch topics because we ain't got too much time left before you got to go. So you told me a story a while ago, and I'd like you to tell it again on the air, if you don't mind, if I can put you on the spot. You know, about what happened to you in church when it come to tithing. And the money.
Okay, yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, okay, because it's so many incidences. You had to think. No. Okay, but no, yeah.
For our audience, real quick, Thug, he still goes to church. Him and his wife, they still go to church. And he knows where we are when it comes to church attendance and all that good stuff. That ain't still be brothers and still fellowship. But he told me a little story. I thought it was crazy to share that story. So go ahead and share, bro.
Okay, yeah, it was it was about your faith walk. Now mind you, just last year I was on my deathbed, and so this supposed to have been a faith little analogy, a faith analogy. So 2 $100 fake dollar bills was passed out to everybody, and so the word came across to monopoly money. So the word came across to where, okay, now we're going to see where your faith at. If you got faith in God, you're going to get a blessing. You don't know when. You know what I'm saying? How much money would you put back in? Now, you didn't put this out here to these people. Now, everybody finna put both of these fake $1 bills back into the basket. You understand what I'm saying? So me being who I am, and I'm my own man, you know what I'm saying? God runs me. Man don't run me. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody own me. So me being the guy that I am, I got my 2 fake $100 bills. So he come around with the basket, and I looking to see who putting much of it.
So did everybody get their own $200?
Yeah.
Or was it one set? Or everybody got their own $200?
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody got their own. Okay, so it wasn't just like one fake $200 bill. It was a lot of $100 bills, basically.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So he come around with the basket and watching everybody. So everybody quite natural because you done put the word out here. So now everybody's doing what you want them to do. They putting the $200 bills back in. So it comes to me. I put $100 bill in there. Now, mind you, 10% is tithes. Now, 10% of that, I didn't already put over the 10% that's expected of me already. So I put So I put 100 in there. I put the 100 in there. I kept 100. You know what I'm saying? Because you figuring, I still got to live and eat and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And God knows that. So this brother. Man, I ain't this brother yet.
You ain't trying to get your change back?
Man, please, you know better than that. This brother, man, calls me out over the pulpit on the mic now and said, Brother Joe is the only one that didn't put both of his $100 bills back in their account. Saying he said it about 5 times. He called my name out about 5 times. So now my flesh rising up. You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, I say, okay, so now it's time for me to go. Because when you start doing stuff like that, time to go, because now you in my manhood. This ain't got nothing to do with the church. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You in my manhood, because first, before I even came to Cincinnati, I was a man. You know what I'm saying? And that was very disrespectful. And it's a good thing that I'm unembarrassable. You can't embarrass me. It's a good thing, because I would have been real embarrassed. I'd have been real embarrassed. I mean, and my wife's sitting there and she upset, you know what I'm saying? And she knows me better than anybody. So it was best for me not to go back.
Down. Look.
You know, it was best for me to go ahead and walk away from that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't cool. That would, you know, that didn't have nothing to do with God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That didn't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? You blew that way out of proportion. Then you trying to embarrass me and put me on the spot. How dare you? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? How dare you? You know, and then if you up there judging, do you have yourself all 100% together? Nobody does. So sit down and have a seat, sir. You know what I'm saying? And then this coming from somebody that ain't never been through nothing. You ain't never. I was down there. Listen. I'm telling you what, testing my faith. I was just on my deathbed a year ago. They telling me I shouldn't even be here. When I came to Cincinnati, I come by myself, no friends, no family. I was homeless in Cincinnati all by myself. I could have went home, but I kept the faith and I stood here. For a man to tell me how my faith is, man, please have a seat, sir. Have several seats. You know what I'm saying? Have several seats, because you don't really know. You don't even know. And that's just what I've been through since I've been here. That's not because when I came to Cincinnati, I was grown. That ain't even got nothing to do with what I've been through in Detroit. I ain't even touched on that yet. You know what I'm saying? So don't never test my faith. You know what I'm saying?
Arrogance that really got under your skin. Like, who do you think you are? You gonna tell me? You know, some stuff like that. That's just arrogant.
Exactly.
You know
and
me,
then
brother.
you ain't even never been through nothing yourself.
Yes. But it comes from
you
that
know what I'm saying? So
Cause he's taking all that money from the people. That's why he ain't been through nothing.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking is, okay, whatever I give is none of your business. First off, it's between me and God. And you don't know what a person does. You don't know what a person do. You don't know. I could be tithing a bunch of my time. You don't know what I do. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about the shows that I ran around here doing and didn't get not even a dinner for, and traveled. Me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? Traveled and, you know, to give back to, you know what I'm saying? To give back and do different things. And, yeah, exactly. To help raise money. Every time somebody wanted to raise money or something, they'd call us, and we there. No problem. We love to help. But don't put me out on front like that. Don't ever do that, ever. So I had to walk away from that situation because, like I said, I was in my place. Actually, man, I really had to go to God for forgiveness on that, because it wasn't going. It wasn't going away. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
you were still hard.
Oh my God! But I'm talking about, man, what? Who is doing man? What?
You still angry about it? You still upset about it?
I'm not as angry as I was about it, because I've been praying on it real hard. But I was all right. I was all right till you brought it up just then.
That's what I do, man. I'm an investigative journalist now.
No, but I'm good though, because I left that situation, and I was really needed. Me and my wife was really needed in that situation, and you lost some good people. So, you know, and that, like I said, we was in that situation. That's the only situation we knew. You know what I'm saying? Since we've been here, we ain't had no family or friends. We had to fill our way around. So you lost some good people. The joke's on you. Now what? You know, and we doing good. We happy. We moving on. We keeping it pushing.
Okay. No, you got the sermon preached on you, right? They got a few sermons preached. I got a few sermons preached about y'all too.
Yeah, probably. Oh, that was happening anyway. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't no names being called. There wasn't no names being called. You know how it be. You know how it be.
Like we don't know. I do know. I know.
Exactly.
Yes,
right. Right. So, but and that kind of, but it didn't turn me away from, we somewhere new now, and we having a great time, and we digging it, we loving it. Even my little homie, shout out to Lil X. That's my little homie. That's my Anybody following me on Facebook know that's my man right there. Even he love it. That's my dog right there. That's my man.
Speaking of Facebook,
my little grandson.
If people want to reach out to you, people want to book you. I don't think we have a lot of people from our area on this, but this will be on your. I'm gonna post a link on your wall Facebook page. If people want to reach you, how can they reach you? Let people know how to reach you, to book you. What do they need to do, man?
Well,
Facebook,
you can reach me at Jojoe Woodford, Facebook. Jojoe Thug.
Spell it.
Thug, capital TH, capital T, period H, period U, period G. Woodford, WOODFORD.
JOJOE.
That's right.
Yeah, YouTube page?
Yep. Jojoe Thug. Jojoe in big letters, Thug in small letters. One word, Jojoe Thug. That's all my videos. I got interviews on there, pictures, and I'm on Instagram, Teen Thug, small letters, and they can follow me from there.
Okay.
I'm everywhere.
Right.
Teen Thug is everywhere. You know what I mean?
All right.
So that's what we're doing. It's a Teen Thug movement.
Mm-hmm. No, let me ask you this before you go, because I know you got to get up out of here. Now, how do people receive you when you say you do clean comedy, but you call yourself a thug? When was the first time you ran into some criticism about that? How did you handle it, and how are you handling it now? Because I know you're still going to get it wherever you go. How do you deal with that?
Man, you know how it is. When I'm introduced, they Thug, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to go by just Thug. When I started doing comedy back in the day, I was Jojoe. Just Jojoe. Then I started doing it clean, I was just Thug. Okay, so what happened was when I would get introduced, coming to the stage, Thug, people were mouth open. Church people, mouth open. Okay. Then when I tell them what Thug stand for, true holiness under God, then they, okay, now I'm acceptable now. All right. But what made me change it and move Thug to my middle name, Jojoe Thug Woodford, is because a friend of mine, Mark Gregory, he told me, I asked him out, it was, yes, that's my man. It was on my mind real heavy, and I say, okay, I want to be taken serious, and and I don't want nobody to perceive me as something that I'm not. So I talked to him about it, and he said, well, I like JoJo. He said, because even though you put a nice spin on Thug, he said people still gonna take that crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it to the middle, and I went back to my real name, because JoJo that's been my name all my life. Nobody's never called me nothing else but JoJo. So I went back to that because he gave me that advice, and that's been better. I ain't really have to explain myself, before I get into my set.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I can see you coming up on stage now. Thug life, baby, throwing up gang signs. That's what people expect.
Yeah, crip walking. You know what I'm saying? Right, crip walking. Yeah, right. But see, that's what I'm saying, and that's the thing on my set too. My whole set ain't churchy. My whole set is me growing up back in the day when I was on drugs, when I was selling drugs, when I was fighting, gang banging, and just getting shot at and beat up and beating people. It's all about that, the real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big scripture quoter. I'm not going. go and study the Bible just so I can have some jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just not what I do. I mean, mine is my life experience. It's life experience, and that's my comedy. That's what I do, But like I said, in a clean way.
Man, okay.
Right.
Anything else you want people to know, man? No, you got to get up out of here.
Hey, just let them know. Just let them know they can hit me up at any time, and we could talk. Anybody can ask me anything. If nothing is off limits, I could be asked anything, and we really love to work with children. We really like to work with children and give advice to children because I was one of these guys down at the youth centers and all of that. I was one of them, I remember a guy was telling me at work, man, when I was 13 years old, I was busting windows and all of that. Man, when I was 13, I was busting cap. I'd already did a stint in children and you know what I'm saying? So cut that out. You know how it be, man. So they don't know. Post name, bless his heart. Bless his heart. He don't know. But yeah, and we like to me and the wife, we like to really just keep it real with the kids out here, man, and just keep it fun and let them know that we are human. We make mistakes. We still make mistakes today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start an argument when I get home. You know what I mean? Just to keep it fresh. I'm gonna go in the house and start an argument. Just to keep it real. You know what I mean?
Why you unlock the door like that?
Yeah, exactly. Then maybe if I get her mad at me and what's the day? Wednesday. I keep her mad at me for 2 days. She won't ask me no money.
You can watch the game tomorrow night without
Right. Yeah, but man, I thank you for having me, man. Anytime, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question though.
Exactly.
As you when you tell people that you're a comic, do people oftentimes say, "Tell me a joke" or say something funny? Do you get that?
Oh my God, man! Please, especially. People are just really starting to find out that I do comedy at my job because I never mixed the two. And, man, you ought to hear some of the jokes they be, dude, listen to this one. Dude, you know how they be, dude, listen to this one. And it be some of the corniest stuff where you can use that one, like they doing me a favor. You can use that one if you want to, and I'm like, man, this is some of the God, dog. But yeah, they always say something funny. What do you mean say something funny? What does Billy mean? Stop it. Yeah, tell me a joke.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I don't tell jokes. I'm a storyteller. And that's what that's what I try to get them to understand. It's like in a story. Anybody can tell a joke. Everybody will be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can tell a joke. I do it in story form.
Yep.
And that's what I try to get them to understand.
It's that time. And they just get up there. Like you said, anybody can get up there and say, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" or "Knock, knock."
Exactly.
That's easy. It's
and then you're feeding off the
audience.
And then you're feeding off the audience. You got an audience. You feeding off of them. You feeding off of that energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's something totally. They really don't get it. To come say, "Hey, dude, tell me a joke or two." Well, let me tell you about this. It was, it's an Arab, and you know what I mean. I'll be like, God, this is killing me, man.
Black man,
for
white
real,
man,
you gonna,
Chinese man went into the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You gonna get me in trouble because I'm standing here listening to this garbage, and then they'll tell you some of the filthiest stuff, man. My God, where was the joke at? Some of the filthiest, you know what I mean? Some of the filthiest, nastiest. I just told you I'm a clean comic. Why would you come to me with that? My job know who I am. Everybody at my plant, we got over 700-800 people, and everybody know Jojoe. Everybody know Jojoe. Everybody know Jojoe, a man of God. Everybody know I carry and conduct myself as a man of God. Coming over to me, telling me these dirty jokes. You understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't find out, I heard you do comedy. Let me tell you this, you know what I'm saying? And stuff. Right. Or no, hold on. Then what they'll do, and when it done got bad, if they can't find me, they'll tell my wife to tell me.
Oh.
I'll be like, God, because we work together. They'll tell my wife to tell me. So, man, yeah, right. I get that all the time, man.
Okay. Well, all right, man. I'm going to let you get up out of here. John, hang on the line after you get off. So, yeah, all right, man.
Hey,
appreciate
thank you for having me,
man.
man.
So this
all
is
right,
my good
thank
buddy,
you for having me.
Jojoe T.H.U.G Woodford. He's a comedian that happens to be a Christian, and he is my brother, man. Appreciate you, bro. You be safe.
All right, appreciate you, brother.
Man.
Love you, man. I
all
love
right,
both
man.
of y'all. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.
Tell Cassie said, hey. All right. Hey, John. Come on off of mute, boy. You still here?
It's still loud, though.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. So, yeah, let me ask you something. Do people say that to you?
Yeah, like, can I tell you a joke?
They found they found out you a comic. They tell me a joke.
Yeah,
say something funny. All the time.
You know what I say? I tell them, I say, you want a dirty joke? He says, yeah. I say, the pig fell in the mud, and he just look at him. Give him a blank stare.
Yeah.
Say something funny. You know, I pulled that one from Martin. Something funny.
And leave it at that.
It's equivalent. It's equivalent. Yeah, I leave it right there. It's equivalent to, the DJs when they DJ and people always, hey, play this. Hey, play that. And you say, okay. And you never play that song?
Right. Mm-hmm. So now how do you differentiate between a Christian comic or a Christian entertainer and an entertainer that's a Christian? The same way?
Well, for me, a Christian entertainer is somebody whose Christianity is really wrapped around what they do, their entertainment. You know what I mean? They're Christian because they're entertainment. Not saying that their Christianity isn't authentic, but their Christianity kind of boosts, they use their Christianity to boost their entertainment. As far as the other way, like what you say and I say and Thug and the Cray say, we just are comedians, we just happen to be Christians.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it works for me, man. You got any last words before we get up out of here?
No, I'm just letting you know that this is real loud. I'm trying to reduce the loudness. So go ahead and end it up.
It's good. All right.
That's what I'm
appreciate
doing when
you guys.
Okay,
we got you. We appreciate you guys checking out this show. We appreciate you. Do you want to hook up Thug? Look him up on Facebook, Jojoe T.H.U.G Woodford, comedian, and he even travels. So we appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Real Talk Radio. Check out our website at www.forrealtalkradio.com for updates on all of our social media platforms, including our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Feel free to send us any of your comments, questions, or criticisms. If this show or any of our past shows have helped you in any way, please feel free to share it with your friends and family. See you next week.